Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and guess what? I received another package for some hood latches. These have been really bad lately. They were really bad this summer because it heated up and the rubber stretched, and any semi truck or semi or whatever you want to call them, big rig past me, the hood would constantly flutter. It was getting super bad. I mean, it's a 2015, so it's not like they even have much time on them. People are like, oh, well, you could always just replace them with stock. And I was like, yeah, no. So these ones are basically the rugged ridge ones. I say basically because I got them from a guy who fabs them up, and it looks like he fabs them up the exact same way the rugged ridge ones are made. And I looked them up, and that's how I found out that, yeah. So I'm gonna show you how to install them and adjust the heights. So first thing's to pop the hood open. Super easy. I'm sure you've popped your hood open before. This is your clip right here. And then right here is the bolts. So you can take those off and just unbolt them. It's probably, I'm gonna guess, let's see. I just wanna see if I'm correct on this one. I'm gonna go with a 10 mil. And I'm correct. So 10 mil takes off all four of those. Get these bottom ones on off. If you want to, you can try and slip a socket around and on there and loosen it off. Or if you want to, you can pop off your grill, which is super simple. Screw here, screw, or sorry, not screw, pop, rivet here. All you do is you put in something like this, slip it up, move it to the other side, move it around, slip them out. And then you can pull this out afterwards. And again, there's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove those, get the grill out of the way. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So once you get all the pins popped, don't worry, if the black piece doesn't come out, you get the center camp out, you can always bend this up a little bit and then it'll separate it and you can pop them out. And then from there, all you do is you go through the bottom here, you can use your fingers and you pull out and you'll see these metal clips. Just slowly bend those out like so, and once they're out, you can just leave it like this if you want, the grill. And then you need to grab your socket and a 12 millimeter. Or sorry, 13 millimeter. And what you can do is just slip the ratchet in. See how it's going down like this and around? And then I just slipped it on, put it onto the bolt, and loosen it off. You're gonna get new paint protectors. So from here, if I were you, clean this up, and you can take this off. Reason why? The new ones come with them, and they're nice thick, and they have thick rubber on them. So we're gonna remove those. We're gonna clean this up now, and so that way we don't scratch the paint or press anything underneath the seal. So just water if you want to. I mean, you're not using an adhesive here, so don't have to use alcohol or something. Just use a little bit of water on a rag, clean that nice and up, and then let's start bolting the new stuff on. Take one of these Allen keys. Only one will fit. And loosen off either side, either this side or that side. When you pull them out, you'll notice you have this and then the screw head, which is also an Allen key. It looks like this. They kind of meet in the center like that. And once you just loosen off the one side, then of course you can separate this from the hook. After you've done so, and you've loosened off this from the top, next thing you want to do is go on to here. Sorry, just grabbing the right one. It has a rubber on it. Here you go. So see how it's got this rubber on this one? What I did is I took it off the other hook, which was on here. You'll see it on there. That was that rubber piece that wrapped around onto the top. You want to keep that, of course, so that way it locks it nicely onto there. So all you do is you pull it off and then you squeeze it onto the new one. So that way it'll sit like that. Now how you know you have this hook the right way is if you go like this and then you take your old one. I just kind of did that, and they kind of have the same shape going on. See? So took the rubber off of here, put the rubber on here. Now I can take this bolt off and we're just gonna bolt that new one right on. And another way to tell is if you look here, see how there's two little dimples? That one has two little dimples as well. Okay, let's go bolt the new one in. So what I did here is I put the ratchet on the inside and I held the Allen key like this, and then I ratcheted from the other side so it didn't strip out or make the screw look ugly. So all you do is use the Allen key as a bracer to hold the screw, and then after you do that, you just slowly tighten in there, and after it tightens up, this won't move anymore. I just tightened it nice and tight. The cool thing is they give you nylon lock nuts, so that helps a lot. So you can see we got this hook now. So it is like a hook. So do it like that. See how it's like a hook right now? Now you're gonna just do the nylon nuts on this side and just do what you did down there, only it's a heck of a lot more simple doing it up here. Once you have your bottom looking like this and your top like this, go over there, do the same to that side, and then we'll put them both back together and adjust them, and I'll show you how to do that. Before you tighten this up all the way, make sure you click this on. I originally had it off because I didn't want to be swinging around as I was trying to do stuff. All I did is, if you're like me and you forget to put it on, all you have to do is loosen the two screws, or the two bolts, and it just clicks right on. Now I'm just going to tighten them up. But yeah, if they just fit in a groove. If you're wondering the groove, I have it right here on the hook. You'll literally see a groove in the middle of the hook, and it just slips right on, and that's just going to help keep our catch held on. So from this point, put the grill back on. Super simple. If you don't know how, just put the centers in and then just sink in the tips. Super easy. If it's all the way out, just follow the grooves, and the groove will go right in. After you put your front grill back on, let's drop the hood. At this point, just slide that back through, slide back through the other side, and just tighten the bolt down, or just use your two. You can either just stick your finger in there and then tighten it up as tight as you can get it. That's how they came. Now, what I thought about doing is, just because this is the only part that's not nylon, is throwing a tiny bit of blue Loctite. Whatever you do, don't put red on here. If you have some blue Loctite, maybe put a little bit of blue, and then you could like go from both sides with a wrench and tighten it up. That way that bolt isn't going to back off while you're off-roading. I don't think you really have to worry about it, but again, it's just for if you really want to. But you will need two Allen keys, so you get the one that comes with your kit, which is the bigger one, match it up with another one, you can tighten it down, and if you have the blue Loctite, you want to make sure you have two, otherwise you probably won't get that separated, not as easy as you did when you originally got it out. So basically what you want to do is, as you're adjusting this, I got my elbow on the hood, but you slightly push down on the hood, you'll see it goes up over the teeth, and it sinks down. It's got some good tension on it, it's not too bad, and it's got tension. After you get it like that, just go to what you think you want it to push down. Some people, you try and slip cardboard out. Some people try and pull a piece of paper out without ripping the piece of paper. I tried the paper thing, and I mean, when I got it to that point where the paper wasn't ripping, I was kind of like, I don't know. It's up to you again. I like it just like this. I just set it up. After you're done, tighten this one down like that. Tighten that one up there like that. Take a 5/8 and do this. If yours for some reason get tightened and stuck in the center, all I would recommend you do is you can use a 17 mil or another 5/8 and just do that. Again, just slightly tighten these. Don't wrench on them, just so they hold. And then now, as you can see, I just have to put my arm on them. Slips on, slips off, locks down on both sides. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Sinks down nicely. And yeah, I ended up not using the rubber pieces that came in here. I was trying to use them. I didn't like how they were holding this. I'll design something if I have to that'll hold it better. But they were insane for trying to get it to just hold on to the latch. And they were also very brittle. Now, Everything else seems solid on this design. It's just that one part that seemed pretty brittle. And this looks like it's going to hold it anyway pretty good. And if I have any problems with that, I'll just tighten it down. One thing I will say is go with an Allen key and tighten up every one of these. Like all these center pins, tighten them up nice and tight. And I think I am going to throw a tiny bit of Loctite just on, you know how that one's separated? Just throw a tiny bit of blue Loctite in between there. But other than that, these hooks look pretty snazzy. I like them. See, yeah, adds a really good look to the Jeep. So there you go. I hope that tutorial helped you out for installing.